ancient rhythms through our soul. Sacred tones begin to rise, opening the inner skies. Vibration shifting space and time, aligning heart and soul divine. Quantum waves of truth ignite, guiding you toward the light. Breathe it in, let it flow. Feel the frequency glow. Every cell awaken bright, ascending into higher side. Enlightened heights we rise, healing sound that harmonizes. Lift your spirit, free your mind. Leave the ordinary far behind. Enlightened heights, your soul ignites with Marcia's voice, your inner light. Awaken now, step into sight. Welcome to Enlightened Heights. Singing frequencies of grace, sacred sound in time and space. Quantum healing, pure and clear. Truth and guidance drawing near. Elevate, resonate. This is Enlightened Heights.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show tonight. I have
Hello.
Hello.
fabulous
We're having
guests.
difficulty hearing you, though. I'm so sorry.
Oh, now you can't hear me. Oh, that's crazy. Let's see. I don't know if there's a setting on my end that needs to be changed, but I can check it out. How is everyone tonight? Let me see. I think we tested everybody but me. Can you hear me yet?
Wonder what happened.
Not sure, but everything is muted on my end. Your audio.
Everything is muted? Huh.
Double check.
Well, maybe I need to switch cameras. Let's see. That's crazy. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Let me switch to my other camera.
So they can hear us, but we can't hear Marcia.
Right. Yeah,
Okay, can you hear me?
No, cannot hear you at all. And I just tested through the settings. I can hear the settings test speaker, but I'm not hearing anything from you like it did before we started.
Tiffany, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Everybody can hear me, but you guys, do you have a mute button on your computer?
No.
We could read your lips and
Shoot. Well,
I wish I could read
try
the
to
lips.
answer.
Nope.
Yes, I
I'm gonna
cannot
switch
hear a
back to
thing
my
coming from
regular
Marcia at
camera,
all.
but while I do that,
Hmm.
how is everyone? It is so good to be here tonight, and I have special guests on my show. This is Will and Allison Brown, and they have some fabulous things going on in their world, and I want them to tell you about them as soon as they can hear me.
Do you want to grab?
So we'll let them work on that for a little bit.
Put in the chat that.
Well,
she can hear us, but
I will
we
sing a
can't hear
song
her.
while we do that because that's what I do. I want to say hi to everybody as well. We have Jill and Roy are on the show. Thank you, Jill and Roy, for sponsoring this month. I really, really appreciate that. Patty is on, and Denise is watching on Rumble. Richard is here. Robin is here. Laura is on Rumble. Let's see. Ruth is on Rumble. Sunshine and Darkness are on Rumble. Yay. Hi, Kim Smith. Oh, cool. Can you hear me yet? Apparently they can't hear anything. Still. Let me see if we can connect. Allison. Tiffany. I don't want to. I apologize for this.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
But hopefully we can figure it out soon.
Hey.
Oh,
we heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you now.
I don't know.
Relax, everyone. Wiggle down in your chairs, and I'll sing for you for a little bit.
No,
Nothing?
we can hear you. Can you hear us now? We can hear you. We can hear you.
You see the private chat. Are you in the private chat or the comments?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Allison has her phone, but I did text her. So anyway, I'll sing for you. So take a deep breath, blow it all out. And while they work on their stuff, we can do some meditation and some singing. So allow your eyes to fall shut, and just let the music take you wherever you go. Yes. Ooh, ooh. You'll remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley, and you can tell the sun in his jealous sky that we walk through fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love? Among the fields of barley, you can tell the sun in his jealous sky that we walk through fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I have broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk through fields of gold. We'll walk through fields of gold. Ooh, ooh, Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love? Among the fields of barley, you can tell the sun in his jealous sky that we walk through fields of gold. We walk through fields of gold. Ooh, ooh. Okay.
Marcia, we can hear you now. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Oh man, I don't know what's happening. Oh, you can hear me, but I can't hear you then.
It flipped.
Check my volume. Oh, I heard.
Hello.
There.
Hello.
Yay!
Hello.
Did we do it? Did we do it?
Oh,
Don't touch anything.
Right.
right.
I like the one comment. I love that Mercury is in retrograde mode. Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
So much truth
Yes.
in that. So much truth in that. Well, thank you so much for at least having the interlude of music to backfill the technical difficulties.
As always, it's beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
You bet. I love that. That's a thing for me.
right. Otherwise, there'd be a lot of dead air.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm pretty good at spontaneously coming up with stuff, but yeah, that's really helpful.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I felt like that cell phone commercial. Can you hear me now?
Exactly.
Yes. So this is Will and Allison Brown, and they have wonderful businesses that I probably can't name them all, but I respect them and absolutely love them. They have been very, very good friends over the time that I've known them. And thank you for being on my show. This is really, really cool. And I'm glad to see you both again.
Absolutely.
Likewise, it's absolutely our pleasure. My goodness.
Excellent. So can you tell us a little bit about the businesses you have going on?
I like how you put that. Businesses.
Yeah.
We kind of covered some of that in the other broadcast that we did. Right. So each of us in our own right, we have our own websites personally, but we're actually going through a bit of a, in the corporate world, it'd be called a restructure. But it's kind of bringing it all under one roof, and the overarching is Palm and Lotus. And that really encompasses everything that we do. So myself, as a deep trance channel, we provide channeling services for anyone for their higher selves, or anyone that they want to, any guide or being they want to contact. Also, we work with animals and pets. So that's part of the business. The other aspect of that is book publishing. So we've gotten into the book publishing realm, and we've how many books now?
I think
six.
We've either written or co-written or
right.
Done a couple of anthologies together, and
yep.
Yeah, so I'm the author. I love writing. Some of our books I've written, and some are channeled works. Mm-hmm. So that's been fun as well.
Yep.
And then we're of course Reiki Masters and
teachers.
We just do a little bit of a lot of stuff.
And one of the other things that we also discussed earlier was we have we have a nonprofit because both of us are veterans, and we've been able to get Reiki into the VA system, at least here in Charleston, South Carolina. And we were able to train 20 something of their nursing staff, and one of them up to Reiki Master teachers. So it's kind of an evolving process within the VA here in Charleston. So it's been a blessing, and we still continue to serve the veteran population here in Charleston by offering scholarships to veterans to come and take Reiki level 1. So
we also dabbled in podcasting a little bit.
Yeah, we did a 2
years worth of podcasting.
2 years worth of podcasting. Let's see, and now our most recent ventures, we're kind of, like I said, we're trying to bring it all under one roof, into one big, large community. And we've opened up our school community, that SKOOL communities that are out there. So you can really take advantage of everything that we offer in that location. I mean, it's something we've talked about for quite a while, because actually, even in our spiritual circles, we've talked about it, of being able to have a social media platform that is void of the algorithm that hides half of the stuff that you post. In this case, it doesn't.
Better energy.
Right. And it's really pure energy as far as what you curate. So it's everything that we've been doing since 2018 under Palm and Lotus, as far as the communication that we have with our clients, the conversations that we have with our clients. We're able to do that live and amongst everyone. So it's a really nice, interesting mix of business, but yet openness and just that. And I like to use the word community. It's exactly what we've been striving to build. So
excellent. So how can people find you on there? Go on to school and then they search for Palm and Lotus?
No, it's actually from a business standpoint, you got to kind of play the game a little bit. So it's called Awakening Soul, The Awakening Soul. So if you just search that in the search bar, The Awakening Soul, you'll see our two beautiful faces on the image that pops up, and that's us. And you can join for free and be part of the community as far as chatting on the discussion boards and all of that. And then there are some other areas that you can join and be able to partake in. We have 4 monthly four monthly live channelings that we do, or not channelings, but live events that we do. 2 channelings, past life regression meditation, and then a question and answer session. So we have a lot of stuff,
activity.
Lots of stuff that we're doing. So yeah.
Well, I've participated in some of that, but you have new things. So now I have to go look.
Yeah, right.
We've expanded a little since we haven't seen each other in person in quite a number of years.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah, it has been a long time. I'm hoping to get that way this year, but I'm not exactly positive. I just realized how full my summer calendar is now.
Right.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
No, it is good, but that's usually when I come down there, because there aren't quite so many people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, that is excellent. So I met you through the Illuminate festivals.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I will have Judy Bezos on the mile tomorrow, or not tomorrow, it's Wednesday.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to interviewing her. She is the leader of the Illuminate festivals and the producer, and that's how we met. And I don't even remember. Were you in Sarasota, Florida in that show? She only did one.
I think you came to Charleston, but we did meet you. I think we went once to the Maryland one.
Right, the Frederick one. That's where I think that's where we first met. Yep.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I knew there was a husband and wife Reiki team that was at the Sarasota one, but I couldn't remember for sure. So,
gotcha.
So, yeah. But I met them and they were promoting the Reiki for vets, and I was really fascinated by that. So we'll have some more people on that promote Reiki in their community. And I'm looking forward to that too. So
sure.
In fact, I want to have Judy on. We're all friends. So I want to have Judy on. If she's watching tonight, now you know.
Yep.
I will be reaching out. So, tell us about, I know when I interviewed you on the mile, I want to know a little bit for the people that weren't listening or haven't listened to that
Mhm.
about how you got into the channeling.
Yeah, so that was purely by accident. In the spring of 2018, a practitioner that was getting certified in QHHT, Dolores Cannon's quantum healing hypnosis technique. She was doing some free sessions and posted it on Facebook. She needed some volunteers. And so I volunteered and didn't know what it was. I had no idea what this was. I just said, sure, I'll try. And, she sent me over what I needed to do was put together a list of questions, which I did. And in that session, it reminded me, it brought back a lot of memories of my, one of my classes that I had in high school, which was a psychology class where we did some guided meditations. And it was very familiar to me to follow that script or follow that process. And I did. And I felt myself really sliding into that deep space. And there was really one primary question that I wanted to ask, and it was who is it that I've been feeling that's been guiding me? Now I got to paint a little bit of a picture here. I wasn't raised in the Christian framework. I wasn't raised going to church. I didn't know any of that. Never even, I knew what the Bible was obviously, but I never read it. I just knew churches were for weddings and funerals and baptisms and stuff like that. But I always felt that there was a presence that was watching over me more than even I'll say a guardian angel, that type of thing. This was a really higher presence, and I would talk to it at night. You would call it prayer. I would just have this conversation at night as I was growing up. So that was one of my primary questions. And so as we went deep, we explored some past lives, we explored all that stuff. And then there was a point at which she noticed that I was deep enough that she thought she could ask that question. And of who is it that Will's connected to that's been guiding him, most of his life. And all I can say is this deep voice that I can't obviously get to in this conversation came out, and she said, is he ready to say, is he ready to bring this through? And this deep no came out. It was very, when I listened to it and when Allison listened to it on the recording, it'll put shivers across your skin. It was just that resonant. And so we kept going. She kept asking questions, and she knew that I was going even deeper. And at that point she asked, who is it that's been guiding William all of his life? And this voice came across and said, Enoch. And now, again, that's why I had to preference. I didn't have any idea of what the Bible was. I didn't know who Enoch was. I had no clue. And so at that moment, think of that as kind of a fork in the road for the practitioner, because, a seasoned practitioner go, oh my God, I got Enoch, let's go. And she would just, she would start talking to Enoch. She got flustered and went back to my questions, ended the session. We came out, stood in front of Allison because she was waiting in the other room. I was wringing with sweat. I was white as a ghost. She was white as a ghost. It was like nothing that we've ever experienced before. And the first thing she said, can I come back next week and do this again? I'm like, absolutely. And so that's where it started. She came back several weeks in a row to really, to hone my skill of being able to go in that deep, and also hone her skill of being able to converse with these higher level beings, because that's where I also got introduced to my team, which is the collective, which is Archangel Michael, Raphael, Source, and Enoch, and as well as other galactic beings. We started getting into the galactic realm, talking to Zetas and talking about all that stuff. So it really unfolded over the course of probably 4 or 5 weeks, roughly. Mm-hmm. And then Allison was introduced to Beyond Quantum Healing, and which is kind of the next evolution of QHHT. And she got certified in that. And then so she took over the induction process. Now that's, that's leading into the fall of 2018. By close to December of 2018, my team instructed me on how to self-induce, get me into that deep trance state without having the induction process, and going from laying on a massage table to sitting in a chair and self-inducing. So all within that short amount of time, my team obviously they had big plans for me, because otherwise it would have taken a lot longer. They were like, nope, you're ready, let's go. And that's really where it took off. It was really an amazing ride, and I can't I can't think of doing anything else. It's such an amazing thing. So
It really is. Well, thank you for telling us about that. And
yeah.
Allison, how did you get into all of this? Did you just follow Will? Did you have your own thing going on?
Well, I did grow up in the Christian church, and it took me a while to get out of that paradigm, or to expand that paradigm, I should say. But
Right.
within the Christian church, I literally did hear from God one time, and I was told, or, this intuitive hit was, you need to start a hands-on healing team in your church. So I went to the pastor, and the pastor said, I knew you were coming. And I said, oh, well, I guess we got the same message. So I did that, and we went around to hospitals and different things. And I knew that when we laid hands on people, things changed, things happened. So I understood healing in that frame. And then when we moved to South Carolina and sort of fell away from the church, I started hearing about Reiki and this and that. And so I finally got brave enough, because, as a Christian, you're afraid of all of that, anything Eastern or anything related to this realm. And
Right.
so I got brave enough, and I went to a Reiki training in 2015 and became Reiki certified. Then I started working on Will. That's when his intuitive hits started coming back online from childhood. This was right before the QHHT session.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when they started channeling, and I mean, they were in the study of our house, and they came out and they said, oh, Enoch came through. I was like, oh, I know who that is. That's Noah's great-great-grandfather or something like that, right? So she let me sit in on some of those sessions after one or two. And it was really interesting, because at that time I thought to myself, this is because the information came really slowly. It was like pulling teeth. If you've ever been a practitioner or watched a practitioner, it can be kind of long and drawn out. It isn't like the ones they show on YouTube that are all perfect and whatever. And I thought to myself, I could never be a practitioner. This is so boring, my God. Little did I know that in 2018, when he started channeling, Candace Carl Goldman had just put online her BQH class, and I won, thanks to my guides, a big discount for the class. So I ended up getting certified, and my first guinea pig as a practitioner was Will, of course, because I knew he could go in. So anyway, he went in and went under, and I had his team for 2 hours. I was like, holy shit, this really works. Because I kind of thought him with my voice, he'd be weird. He wouldn't be able to get under, that kind of stuff. But it was great. Mm-hmm. And anyway, it was just gangbusters after that. And I knew that we were supposed to work as a team. You can't just call a practitioner to come to your house every time you want to channel. And so we did a lot of channeling. But then there was so much good information coming through. And then we ended up learning how to speak to pets. And so there was just so much information that I started writing books. And that's really, really where my heart is. I love writing. I love putting books together. I love the cover design. He does all of that, but it's fun to help with all of that sort of stuff. So we have written love notes from the animal kingdom to give excerpts of our pet sessions. I wrote a book called The Journey Within to talk about how we can expand our box from Christianity into the greater spiritual perspective. We wrote a book called The Origin Story to talk about all of the galactic stuff that was coming in. There was just so much stuff coming in. And I'm like, we have to do something with all of this material because they all want, humanity to have this information. And so it's just been a whirlwind, and it's been so much fun and such a blessing to help people and to put this information out. And we're just privileged and honored and blessed to have been given this gift in this lifetime.
Yep.
Yes. I think it's just excellent what you're doing. And I love that your partner's doing it, that you're on the same team and doing it together. I just think that's awesome.
We've been married now, 36 years, right? Been together 38 years. So 38 years ago when we met, in those early conversations of relationship, Allison asked me, she said, well, where do you see it? What do you see us?
It was like a job interview.
Right. Where do you see us in 10 years? Or what do you see for our future? And I looked straight at her and I said, yep, you're going to be writing books. I'm going to be sitting at home and I'm going to be signing them and sticking them in the mail. Check. That's done. And then we're also going to be working together. And she said, there's no way I'm working with you. You're too much of a perfectionist. Fast forward to 2015, when we went into the VA and introduced ourselves to bring Reiki into the VA, I said, there you go. We're working together. Is it easy? Nope. But it is exactly what, I mean, I knew it. When I met Allison, I knew this is who I'm going to be with the rest of my life. I just knew it. And you came along kicking and screaming, but we're here together. So, So,
you didn't quite have to beat her over the head, right?
No. No, I didn't have to go all, caveman on her or anything. No.
He grew on me.
Right.
He did.
Right. So.
Well, a friend of mine told me that next time you're looking for a boyfriend, make sure you're hiring for the CEO of your life. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that before.
Kind of true, right? Yeah.
Right. Good. That's good advice. Yeah. Right.
Well, I love that you both come through for each other like that. The dynamic between the two of you is excellent. So,
yeah.
And what's interesting is, we do all of these higher self client sessions. And so often they'll ask, how many lives have I had with my spouse? And they've had somebody recently had 46.
Right.
It's always a lot, and you're coming in to do all of these things or karma or whatever. We've only had 4 together, which is very unusual. This is our 4th one.
Right.
And one of them, we were siblings and we died young, and just interesting. It wasn't like we had a lot of lives to prep for what we're doing now. So it's shocking to me that these relatively souls that didn't really know each other that well came together for this profound experience in this life. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that is interesting. And I'm, how into past lives I am. I love looking at that stuff. Yeah. And I find it fascinating too that you've only had 4 past lives together. That's
right.
Pretty amazing.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So, Allison, I know that I went in to order one of your books and I don't know what happened to that. So I don't know that I have it, but, tell us a little bit about how you got started in writing, because, and did you start with, we did a book together, an anthology together. Did you start with that one or did you do more before that?
We did, didn't we? What's interesting is, I started writing my first book when I was in middle school. I got about 3 pages in, but I just knew I loved English. I loved the language. I was good at English, and I loved writing. I was really good at it. But I knew I was going to write a book. All my life, I just knew I was going to write a book, but I never knew what to write about. I just hadn't hit that mission or that whatever that is until all of this came around. And so what happened was on the first one, The Journey Within, I knew that I was going to write about all of the things that I started studying when I first awakened. So that book contains 14 practices, non-traditional spiritual practices that the church frowns upon, and how I reconciled with those and why I think other Christians should try them out and not be afraid. That's what that book is all about. And so for that book, of course, I wanted to have a regular outside publisher because I figured that would give me legitimacy, right? I'm kind of a type A about this sort of stuff. And I thought, well, if a publisher likes me enough to publish my book, then I know that it's good. And I'm not just kidding myself, because anybody can get on KDP and publish a book, right? Mm-hmm. Well, it was, and so I started putting the manuscript out there and I just wasn't getting any traction. So then I got an agent. Well, then that was, of course, divinely inspired. And of course, that gave me legitimacy again. And then she was able to get a contract for me. So around that same time, because it takes forever. When you go with a regular publisher, that's one of the drawbacks, is it takes forever to get your book published, sometimes years. Well, it took about 2 years.
Yeah, it took about 24
months. Which is ridiculous. Oh, wow. And they don't really do the marketing for you like they used to in the olden days. But at any rate, and I'm trying to think of the timeline, I think it was around 2020 And what happened was, in the meantime, somebody asked me to be a co-author in the book that we're in, the Ancestors Within.
Okay.
So both of those books came out within months of each other, which was really weird to go from nothing to 2 books all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Going through this publishing contract, though, I realized I could do it way better myself. The cover that the publisher wanted was terrible. Thank God for my agent, because now it's a beautiful cover and it won an award.
Good.
It was just not good. The back and forth thing and all of I just wasn't happy with it. And I realized I could do a better job myself of publishing. So after that, all the books we published were under our Palm and Lotus umbrella.
Yep.
And I think they're stellar.
Yeah.
So basically from that point, we were publishing a book a year pretty much, because once a book is out there, it's like a baby. You got it out there in the world, and then you're like, what am I going to do now? I need another topic.
Yeah.
And so then the Love Notes book came, because right around that time, we started channeling animals, and it was so profound that I was like, people need to know this information. So we did the Love Notes book. And then about 8 months later, I'm like, what am I going to write about now? And I kept coming back to this idea of extraterrestrials. They just kept coming into my awareness. And by that time, we had already, we knew a lot about different extraterrestrial races and hybrids and all the different things, because we were bringing them forward, and they had messages too. But they were pinging us in a different way. And that's when we realized there was this group, the 12 founding races, basically the starseed races that founded our galaxy. And this is our perspective. Again, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. There's a lot of different perspectives out there. So what we understood was there were 12, and you've heard of them: Lyrans, Pleiadians, Arcturians, Sirians, all of those, right? There's 12 that founded our galaxy, and they wanted me to put this book out in this timeline, explaining the history of our galaxy and the history of humanity. Because so much focus in the extraterrestrial realm is about the galactic wars and, how they're fighting over humanity and they're, all this stuff, and the reptilians, and it's just not loving messages. And they really wanted to put out this message that humanity was founded in love. We are love, and we are loved by our ancestors, our galactic ancestors, and they want us to know who they are, and they want us to come into that family, and they are now revealing themselves. And 2026 is a serious year in terms of disclosure, as you know from the news already. But it is going to be a big year, 2026 and 2027 for that. So that was the origin story book.
Yep.
And then we decided to do a couple of anthologies similar to the one that you and I were in. And those were really fun too. So bringing together a group of people who are talking about a particular subject. One of ours was awakening stories. Everybody was telling how did they wake up, right? And they're all different, but they're such a microcosm of the real world. And then Heart Horse, which was, of course, a bunch of equestrians who wanted to talk about their awakening in terms of the heart aspect with their horse.
Yep.
So it's just been all different. I mean, I don't have like one genre of book writing. They're all across the board. They're all so different.
And we currently have 3 kind of rolling around in there in the space of creativity.
There's one about ascended masters that needs to come out. There's one about not horoscopes. What is it? Astrology.
Stuff. And then
that's because that's a collaboration with somebody else.
Right. And another collaboration that we're doing is about Mars. We were 2 years ago or 3 years ago, we were introduced to a filmmaker, independent filmmaker who put out a movie called Blue Planet Red. And
Brian Corey Dobbs. He has a YouTube. You can check him out. And
he's on X. He's everywhere. And we met up at a UFO conference of all things in little old Virginia. And we just connected, and we threw a copy of the origin story at him and said, read the Martian chapter and read the last chapter. And he read it. The
last chapter is all about the pyramids.
Right. And he read it, and he's like, oh my God, we need to talk. And
he had been doing his own independent research.
Right.
And everything that we wrote in our book matched his research. And he was like, oh my gosh, now I have the metaphysical side of it and the scientific side of it.
Yeah.
And so we've been partnering up a lot. And so we're going to put his research into a book soon.
And I was going to say that I see the websites going up there. Another one you can throw up there if you wish. It's the originstory.earth. That'll take you directly to the origin story book and all of its or a lot of its information and all of that. So yep.
Awesome. Okay, well, that is awesome. I'm just typing that. Oops, .earth.
Yep.
Typing that into my computer too, so that I can remember. Yeah, if you ever want another author to to go along with some of these things, I would love to collaborate. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Sure. And being that we did, since we started publishing our own, we've actually opened it up to other authors. If they, if they're wanting to, publish a book, we can do that with them or for them or help them along that path. So we do have that pathway. I mean, we, like Allison said, that her first book, The Journey Within, it was about a 24-month process, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. I can't quite remember, but we've been averaging from start to finish probably 6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months from concept to publication. So
if somebody has a polished manuscript, it wouldn't take that long at all.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. We shall talk.
Right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know I'm getting an animal communication session with you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that because my dogs have been holy terrors for the last couple of days. I need to know what's happening. I mean, I'm sure that they're affected a little bit by all this stuff happening in the astrology as well, but I know you can't see that very well, but almost everything is right here in Pisces and Aries. So a lot of passion going on. And there's a huge emphasis on past lives right now too, I've noticed. And I can see that from looking at that as well. So if you're feeling the energy lately, it is very intense. So try to roll with it.
I'll agree with you there.
This is live, but we are coming right up on the solstice. No.
Oh yeah.
Spring equinox. I always get those confused. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. And maybe not as intense as what happened last month, but there's just a lot going on. Yeah.
And it isn't going to let up. The whole point is to help our bodies to ascend. I mean, our DNA is literally changing. And so it's that light and that energy that's coming in to help us to do that.
Yeah.
So it's necessary.
Right. Yeah. So exciting.
It is. It really
coming, and I've been waiting for it. So, so when I get low, I try to remember that this is all happening for a reason. It's all going to be good when we come out the other side. So
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about everything that's kind of piling up astrologically. It's and when I first started this journey, I was so excited that I wasn't affected by all those energies. I'd look around and everybody else, that we knew, oh my God, I'm going through this and I'm going through that. And I'm like, nope, not here. Well, that's not the case anymore. But I understand that this is the process, and it's not it's not perfect. Our human bodies aren't perfect, and they do adjust to these energies. And even the moon cycles, I can tell my body shifting and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So it's the further my vibration goes up, the more sensitive my body becomes. And then I have to just remember, yep, we're living two lives right now. We're straddling two a deeply energetic life and a deeply physical life. And we have to integrate those and we have to be gentle on ourselves when those things come up, because we'll just tear ourselves apart trying to fight it. And there's no sense in fighting it. So,
yeah, I kind of, there's a lot of clients that I see that are really going through a lot of that. And so I know that the people out there that are listening to the shows are also going through a lot of that. So yeah. And I assume that you get through that because you can communicate with the other side, right? But do you have other things that you do on a regular basis that help you through?
And it's interesting. We were having kind of this discussion earlier on one of our chats that we were having on the platform. And, as much channeling as we do, and it's a lot, I never come with questions for myself, ever.
Oh,
ever.
Yeah.
I can't explain why. And I think, I can't explain it, but what I can say is because I am doing the channeling and it's from everybody's higher selves. I mean, we've been channeling individuals' higher selves now since 2018, and it's pretty consistent. So hundreds, maybe thousands, I don't know. That all that wisdom is getting locked away in my DNA somewhere. And so, it is in there, and it's like, I don't know what to do with it all, but I do know that, you ask about a routine or any of that. I don't necessarily have a routine either. I just listen to my body. I think that's been my gift even as a child. I really intuitively listened to my body growing up. I knew when it needed more of this or more of that, more of this type of food or that type of food or whatever. And so I got away from that for a long time, and now I'm coming back into that. And it's really helping. My gut is my biggest indicator of when there's huge energetic shifts taking place. And it's keeping the gut biome and the gut system functional through those times, because it will get completely destroyed. So if you like, I've been able to find a good, naturopath or not naturopath, integrative medicine practitioner here in town, and leading me down a path of being able to work with my gut system better, and it's been marvelous. So it's at least that's for me. I know when the energies are really twisted up, I feel them in my gut. It destroys my digestive system, and I know, it's not me, it's the energy. So
it's funny because I'm still the person that can go to Walmart without a problem. I typically don't have a problem with what I eat or sleeping or any of that. Thank goodness. I'm really happy that my body is, I'm not as much of an empath as a lot of people.
Yet.
And for whatever reason. But what I noticed is that the sounds drive me crazy. Like if we even go out to eat in a restaurant and they're playing loud music, like they play music all the time everywhere, even they blast it into the parking lots and stuff, and I just cannot sit there and listen to that stuff. So I'm real sensitive to sounds lately. It's tough. It's really tough. I don't know if you guys are you feeling that, Marcia, as a singer yourself, that all of that music that's just blasted. It's like they don't want you to think. They don't want you to have silence. Because you might have your own thoughts, and they might not be what the mainstream wants you to think about. So they're just, you can't you can't hear yourself think. It's constant noise, and it's just driving me nuts.
Yeah. I absolutely get that. Yeah. I don't love that when I'm pumping gas, there's music yelling or commercials or
everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I literally, if we go out to eat, I'm like, let's go get it and bring it home, because I don't want to sit in that environment. I just cannot. But
we will. Yes, we both will sign the copy. And yes, Laura Eisenhower. Yes, we did work with Laura Eisenhower with the book. As far as she wrote the foreword, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, she wrote the foreword, and then we actually worked with her privately too. So, which was really nice. We really got to know her.
She's an awesome person. I really like. I mean, I get her mission. Her mission's a little bit different from ours. So sometimes she'll be discussing things that we just don't dabble in purposefully. But her heart is so good. And I will say, and she wouldn't be upset of me mentioning this, but she is Venusian, and President Eisenhower was also Venusian. And if you're familiar with a book called Stranger in the Pentagon, Valiant Thor
Mhm.
came to Earth in a spaceship essentially and landed. I don't know if it was on the White House lawn, but somewhere like that, and spent 3 years in our government talking to our leaders, and there are pictures of him literally in a suit and whatever. But he took on a human body from the Venusians. He was a Venusian. And so I think it was at the time when Eisenhower, if I'm recalling correctly, that he was president. But Eisenhower had a specific role to change the course of humanity via the galactics. And his great granddaughter, I believe, Laura, is also on that same mission through her ancestry.
Yep.
So it's a fascinating family, and it's a fascinating story. If you haven't heard that story of Valiant Thor, Stranger in the Pentagon, grab that. But just a fun fact about Laura.
I was going to also say about the book itself. Each chapter it has a sigil at the top, and these sigils were energetically derived by the chapter through a good friend of ours who energetically connects in and then does the channeled writing or creates the sigils. And so she created that sigil, and then also we have a workbook that goes along with it, like a companion guide to kind of like a study guide. And she also created a meditative symbol and a kind of like a poem, I guess you would call it.
Channeled poem.
A channeled poem that goes along with that meditative symbol. So it's well thought out that we've put all this together, and for 2 years in a row, we didn't do it this year. We didn't have enough students, but 2 years prior to that in a row, we had the origin story class, and we would take each chapter, read it over the week, and then we would discuss it via the workbook. And then I would also drop in the channel for whatever chapter we're in for that being or for that galactic being, and channel a 5 or 6 minute channeling for the group. So it was a really
fun. Yeah.
Really great class. So
yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pay more attention to what you guys are doing.
Whatever they throw at us, we're like, bring it.
We talked that we've been doing the channeling since 2018. We started channeling the collective around that same time, I believe 2019, maybe spring of 2019. And we did it once a week or once every other week for a while. And then we went to once a month, but every single one of those channelings is up on my YouTube channel. So there's a whole library of monthly channelings from the collective. There's our podcast up there. And then there's galactic beings that have come through with light language. There's animal channelings. There's a whole mess of stuff in there. If you want to take a deep dive into some really great heart-centered channeling work,
lots of free content up there. Yeah.
Yep. So
yes, and it is really good. I have often listened to all of those, and sometimes it's my questions on there too. So
true. That's right.
That's right. So you've joined us a couple times on the monthly channelings. Yep, for sure.
Yes. And I remember this time in my life was supposed to be really big, and it is.
Fantastic.
So, it's it.
Yeah.
By the way, I did want to give a shout out. I was going to do it at the beginning, but you couldn't hear us. I wanted to give a shout out at that awesome song and opener. That song is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was made by our wonderful Tiffany, and she made us each one. And I've asked her to do one for me for, now I forgot. I think she's done one for the mile, and I asked her to do one that I can sing, I think, for the Ren Fair. So awesome. I think that it's going to be amazing. I know. So,
and Patty, thank you so much for the shout out, I guess you would say. And you are doing the Renaissance fairs, right? You're doing a lot of those.
Yes.
I wonder, do you know a girl by the name of Lori Elkins? Is it called
Johnson?
Lori Johnson.
She goes around to a bunch of them.
Okay. I'm sure you guys probably have crossed paths because that's what she does. She does the Renaissance fairs and sets them up and does a bunch of stuff in the background and all of that. So
I see.
Thank you, Denise.
Yeah.
She reminds me a lot of you. She used to live here in Charleston, but
she moved back to Colorado.
From Colorado.
Yeah, she moved back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'll have to find her.
I'll mention her to you. I'll mention you to her,
Yeah.
and then we'll share her information with you, so you guys can keep an eye out for each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, that'll be fun. Well, I know Montana just exploded with Ren fairs. Like we got 2 more last year, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 8
Wow.
all over the state. So I did sign up for all of them, I think, this year, and I'll be doing weddings at some of them, and
Wow.
just
Nice.
magic at others, and just having
That's
fun.
awesome.
So
That's awesome.
That's the other thing we do too. We can marry people.
Yay!
Yep.
Isn't it wonderful? I just love doing that.
we did that when we first got our Reiki certification because some states and some locations require you to be ordained and all that. So we went through our ordained, I guess, whatever we want to call it, getting ordained. And then 3 years ago, our daughter was marrying a Navy guy before he got underway. So they were like, "Can you marry us?" And we're like, "Sure, get everything in order and we'll."
I surely did not think I would be marrying my daughter.
Right. They wanted it to be low key and just, because they would do something later, but they just, we understand. We did the same thing with our marriage.
Eloped, yeah.
We eloped because it was the practical thing to do in the military. So, but look at us, we're still here. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And your daughter, well, both your kids are so amazing. Yeah. I'm sure she's going to have a wonderful marriage.
Oh yeah.
So,
Thank you for saying so. They're good. Yeah, they're good kids.
Dottie and Jill, thank you. We're enjoying it. I'm truly enjoying this because sometimes you do interviews for podcasts or shows, and it's
this is a blast. We could go on.
It's like the canned the canned questions, and you just kind of roll with the canned answers.
Wherever there's lots of laughing, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I love free flow stuff. I don't want to have everything scripted. So
right.
The only reason I scripted the other show was because that was my cousin's idea. So
hey,
carried on.
It's all good.
So
that's funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. And everybody in the audience, do keep an eye out for everything that Will and Allison are doing. Check out their school on the school platform. That's SKOOL. Yep. And yes, remind us what it was on school, because I already forgot.
Yep, The Awakening Soul. So if you just go to skool.com and go to their search bar, type in The Awakening Soul, you'll see our little group there. So with our pictures on it.
Yeah. And it's an app on your phone too. You can get this app.
Yes, definitely can get it as an app on the phone. Yep. And Palm and Lotus, there is a link to it on the menu bar. You'll just see the school thing up there. But there you'll see everything that we provide, all of our services, including our books. And you can also link to our calendar of our events that we have coming up. We do host some local events. So if there's anybody in the South Carolina, Charleston area, we do hold local events every so often. So have a look at us.
Excellent. We do have some people close to you. Yeah. Cool. Some regular listeners close to you. So that's great.
I will put out one other thing.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested in going to Egypt this fall around Christmas time, we went last year. We took a group of 8 individuals, so there's a total of 10, and we had the most amazing time. And we learned so much, and there was channeling that came through. There was a lot of stuff that came through. So we're going to be taking another group in December over Christmas. And this time it's going to be a little bit longer. It's going to include a Nile River cruise as well. Not only Cairo area, but down in Luxor and Aswan. So we're going to be covering all 3 areas. So,
my gosh, if you have any inkling, that you need to be in Egypt,
if anything ever itched you to say you need to go to Egypt, come along. We'll you're not going to be disappointed.
Well, I'm sure that you saw that in this.
You're right. Right. Again, Palm and Lotus, scroll down just a little bit. There's a whole thing there. You'll see a video I put together of last year's trip and everything that took place. And the whole itinerary is there. So you'll get a chance to look at it all. Yep.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Awesome. I love this. And I want to have you on again because we're not done.
No, I want to keep going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah. Great. Well, if you two can stay on after the outro, I would appreciate it. And we'll chat a little bit more. And thank you everyone for coming. And I'll see you next week.
See you.
Thank you. It was a blast.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.